What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the stream. Before we even get started, first of all, I'm streaming on Kick now. So welcome everybody that's over on Kick. Make sure you smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. If you're watching over on YouTube, I think follow me on Kick. I think that's the thing, right? And if you're watching over on X, make sure you like, follow, repost, all that good stuff. And big shout out to my sponsor, VeChain. Check out VeChain. Putting out a ton of videos about VeChain, especially over on TikTok. Of course, you can find all my links and socials all over this shit somewhere in the description box, in the comments. If you're watching over on X, I have all their links in the description of this video. Check them out. Lots of cool videos about VBetter and plenty of other cryptos out there. What's up, Imran Tasir? How you doing? And the market's crashing. Everybody's freaking out, and we know exactly why. And this is why I say you need to make sure you pay attention to what's going on outside the crypto space to understand what's going on inside the crypto space, because it's dumping. Everybody's freaking out. Glenn just made a comment saying, I hate being poor. When moon? That's a fantastic question, Glenn. When moon? Let me go ahead and text this tweet to my friend, my boy Jake Gagan, so he can repost it. We'll see if he does it. My boy. Give me 1 second here, guys. Welcome to the stream. How we doing? What's up? Quit your bitching. How you doing? Welcome to the stream. Yeah, market's crashing. We'll talk about the SUI, Cetus protocol update. James Wynn getting liquidated. A lot of people are kind of like, I think it's kind of messed up to be celebrating a man's, a man losing and getting liquidated in the crypto space, but people are like that. It's kind of crazy. We'll talk about Bitcoin conference, JD Vance, all those sorts of things. Freaking FTX. Paying out, creditor, stuff like that. We have a ton of news. I don't know if you can see all these tabs up here. So absolutely insane, a lot of news today. I miss your streams. Thank you so much. Quit your bitching. Darius Smith says Bitcoin's still over 100K. So calm down, guys. Yeah, absolutely. It'll be fine. Everything's going to be fine. Everything's fine. Everything's going to work out. Everything's fine. It's okay. It's okay. Fine. All right. So obviously blood red in the crypto space today. What's up, Obaid? How you doing? Welcome to the stream. What's up, baby? Welcome to the stream. Yeah, blood red today, So this is trending over on X. Sell in May. So this is from Coin Bureau, one of the best, crypto channels out there, telling people to sell in May. Well, not telling people to sell in May, but highlighting the fact that that's trending right now in business and finance. So obviously not good for the crypto space. Everyone's freaking out, right? Ash says it's got to go red to let people buy the dips. Yes, shake out before the breakout, in my opinion. Market blood red today. Retail is in full panic, right? So these are all the markets, or these are all the cryptos, right? We have Bitcoin, USD, and everything's in red, right? Everything dumping together, so markets moving all together, right? We did see that $345 million liquidated from the crypto market in the past 60 minutes. Now, this was yesterday, and it's dumped much, much more today. Let's go over the market, see what's going on, with the specific cryptos. Obviously, Bitcoin down 3% over the last 24 hours, which is crazy. The entire cryptocurrency market down around 3%, sitting at a $3.2 trillion market cap size. Ethereum down 4%, XRP down 4%. Obviously, Bitcoin moves a little, altcoins move kind of a lot, and then everything else kind of follows, right? Solana down, Dogecoin down, everything's down, taking a big old shit. And what was a pretty good month for crypto starting to turn red. We'll see what happens, but obviously the market is in full panic mode right now. We'll go to our meme coins because we love meme coins. Meme coins down too, right? Obviously, like I said before, altcoins dump. Bitcoin dumps a little bit. Altcoins dump a little more. Meme coins dump a little more, right? Dogecoin down 10% in the last 24 hours, and pretty much all the top meme coins dumping. Now, SPX 6900 had a pretty good month and week. I think it was up 30%, while the rest of the meme coins are up maybe a little more, or excuse me, a little less. And some even in the negative, but SPX was looking pretty good. But obviously, entire market's down, meme coins down too. All right, what's going on? Well, time for some big old boring news that no one gives a shit about, which you should give a shit about. Looks like there's some more beef with the United States and China. More tariff bullshit, guys. You know what I mean? What's up, Tony Montana? How we doing? Tony Montana. Yes, wag me. We are all going to make it, bro. I agree. I think a lot of us could use a little bit of that right now. Wag me on soul. He's shilling, but we are all going to make it. So check this out. President Trump says China, perhaps not surprisingly to some, has totally violated its agreement with the US. So much for being Mr. Nice Guy. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I don't want to see this on my timeline. Do you guys really want to see like the drama on the time? I don't. Like, can we handle this shit behind closed doors? Now, a lot of people think it's market manipulation, and it's starting to feel like it, right? Because this is obviously going to send the market down, right? Knowing that there's beef between Trump and United States and China. I don't even know what's going on. It's going to be one of those things where like we're going to be able to look back a few years from now and see exactly what's going on. But it's like one day, shout out to the WAGMI community. One day the market's okay because we have some sort of trade deal that's going to work out with China. Then China's saying that it's not, and then they're saying it's good. And I'm hearing stuff that China banned people holding Bitcoin, like a lot of crazy shit. I just don't know what's real and what's not, right? So Donald Trump says 2 weeks ago, China was in grave economic danger. The very high tariffs I set made it virtually impossible for China to trade into the United States marketplace, which is by far #1 in the world. We went, in effect, cold turkey with China, and it was devastating for them. Many factories closed, and there was, to put it mildly, civil unrest. Who knows if that's true, right? I saw what was happening and didn't like it. For them, not for us. I made a fast deal with China in order to save them from what I thought was going to be a very bad situation. And I didn't want to see it happen. Because of this deal, everything quickly stabilized and China got back to business as usual. Everybody was happy. This is good news. The bad news is that China, perhaps not surprisingly to some, has totally violated its agreement with the United States. So much for being Mr. Nice Guy. What does that mean? Well, people think it means that the U.S. is going to increase sanctions on China tech, targeting subsidiaries, right? And President Trump, okay, so it says not considering reimposing tariffs. So, I mean, we'll see, right? But no more tariffs. No more tariffs, right? And shout out to the Real Effing Trap for the $10 donation. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much. Says Wagmail Soul will hit hundreds of millions by market cap size. I told y'all Giga would do the same levels. Do not fade Wagmail. But you did tell us that Giga would absolutely gigasend, and it did gigasend. So thank you so much for that. We do appreciate the love right there. Giga was looking absolutely bullish. Yeah. So what's up, Dano Crypto? How we doing? What's up, Game QB from Naruto? What's up? How we doing? Doing well. But thank you so much for the $10 donation. I appreciate you, bruv. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. You the man. So hopefully we get no more tariffs. I'm not going to say that here, but we don't like tariffs, right? We don't like tariffs. Hopefully that works itself out, which it probably won't. So check this out. Trump media officially signs $2.3 billion deal to buy Bitcoin and hold it as a treasury asset. So we knew about that. Remember, this is a Trump thing, not a government thing. Right? The government still isn't all in on crypto just yet, but it's cool that Trump is buying or going to be buying Bitcoin. Because remember, right now, the United States holds about 200,000 Bitcoin. All that is seized. We want to have some sort of plan of attack where we can actually buy Bitcoin to become the leader of cryptocurrency. Because remember, China also has 198,000 Bitcoin that they've also seized from like crimes and stuff like that. Mukama says politics. Yes. I remember when I was at community college back in the day, one of my math teachers said, politics. Poly is many and ticks are blood-sucking insects. I'm like, you know what? Yeah. But yeah, So there's that. Some other news that's kind of relative, right? Elon Musk officially leads the Trump administration. So the Doge thing is done. They pointed out the government waste, fraud, and abuse. I think they cut some of it. But Elon Musk, obviously his businesses did suffer a little bit, mostly Tesla. A lot of people wanted him to separate himself from this Trump administration. But Elon Musk did what he needed to do to help Trump get elected. And I think probably a big part in Trump getting elected was Elon Musk. Obviously it was. All right, FTX. Talking about, bringing some trauma to the stream. Obviously FTX destroyed the crypto market back in 2022. Sam Bankman-Fried and Alameda Research and all the things they did, and FTX collapsing. God damn. What's up, Selma Fudd? How we doing? Obviously FTX, major catastrophe, right? 2022 was insane. Terra Luna, Voyager, major crypto companies crashing, wrecking the market, bringing Bitcoin all the way down to $16,000. Now, it was a bear market, but I don't think Bitcoin would have dumped that low, maybe 30s, 20s, something like that. But thank you so much for the bless you. I appreciate the Mukama. But yeah, so But check this out. So FTX to begin distributing over $5 billion of stablecoin to creditors today, with the process expected to start around 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So that process already started, right? So pretty cool, right? So remember, the big thing about FTX compared to a lot of other companies is that FTX is going to be able to pay back everybody that lost their money, you know, creditors first, and then obviously people that were using the exchange. I think they're going to give you how much you lost at the time. So you're not going to get your Bitcoin in today's price if you had Bitcoin on the exchange, I believe, right? Jake's texting me right now. Thanks, legend. Yeah, so FTX today announced that it has commenced the second distribution of more than $5 billion to holders of allowed claims in the plan's convenience and non-convenience classes that have completed the pre-distribution requirements, right? So just paying back everybody who got wrecked, right? So customers should expect to receive funds within 1 to 3 business days from today. Additionally, details are available in FTX press release here. FTX also reminds customers to please remain aware of phishing emails that may look like they are from FTX and scam sites from channels that may appear to look like FTX customer portals, right? So if you were affected by FTX, just make sure you don't fall for any of the lame-ass scams that you see everywhere on the internet. So interesting news. Okay, so big deal with the SUI ecosystem. So check this out. Shout out to Cryptos for the good news. Update, SUI network passes proposal to recover $162 million Cetus protocol funds through a one-time protocol upgrade. Now, a lot of people were upset that, when the Cetus protocol was compromised, they were able to, remember the hacker, stole $220 million worth of funds. Well, 160 of those were frozen. Now, a lot of people said, well, this isn't DeFi. How could you freeze funds? Remember, a bunch of validators and the community needed to come together in order to freeze those funds. Now, they had to pass a vote in order for those funds to get redistributed. So that's what happened, right? They redistributed them, right? Or excuse me, the vote passed, and now they're going to redistribute those funds back. Awesome. Right. So that means all the projects, right? All the top SUI products we see right here that got absolutely riggedy wrecked. If you're providing liquidity and stuff to Cetus and those sorts of things, everyone's going to get refunded. And I do believe that SUI actually loaned Cetus protocol money to make things right. So big deal. Remember, it wasn't a SUI issue. It was a Cetus protocol issue. But, obviously Denny, the co-founder of SUI, got out and spoke to the community and let everybody know what was going on. Like literally the entire day it was happening. Obviously, shout out to the Lofi gang out there. Biggest SUI meme coin pretty much held a space, and everybody got to, know what was going on in real time through the developers, because at the time there was a lot of misinformation out there. But cool. I know some SUI products did relaunch. I know Squirt, the Squirtle themed SUI meme coin did relaunch, but I think a lot of them didn't, and now they're going to get the liquidity back and people are going to be made whole, which is good. I know it's a centralization issue and a lot of people are upset about that, guys, but hey, let's be happy. Let's be happy that everyone got their money back. I know it's a decentralization issue. I get it, guys, but let's just be happy people got money back. You know what I mean? We like that. People got refunded. We're here for that. All right. So interesting. So this was a post from 2 days ago. So Donald Trump posted on Truth Social. Look, I get he likes Truth Social, but just go to X. No one's going to use Truth Social, my guy. But he posted on Truth Social. He's on a mission from God, and nothing can stop what is coming. Now, at first glance, this looks like a regular picture of Trump, black and white, walking through the town at night. In my opinion, poorly photoshopped. But if you zoom in a little closer, what's that? And if you zoom in really close, you can see a little Pepe guy in the background. Now, of course, the meme coin community was crazy. I love Pepe. Yeah, I love Pepe. Meme coin community was tripping. But hey, we'll take it, baby. Remember, back in 2016, Trump and Pepe had an interesting relationship. Now, Pepe is an internet meme. It's been on the internet since 2005, since Matt Fury created the Boys Club, right? Pepe, the meme coin, came out in 2020. Remember that. So Pepe is a meme older than Bitcoin. Well, the internet, like 4chan, obviously likes to troll the media. And a lot of people made Pepe seem like he's an alt-right character. And the media ran with that, saying that he was a symbol of hate and stuff like that. And so they would associate Pepe with Jordan Peterson and Trump and those sorts of things. And it's literally a meme, right? Literally a meme. And they would, make pictures of Trump and Pepe and stuff like that. And it was just interesting to see Trump post, himself in a picture with Pepe in the background. I don't know if this was done on purpose or an accident or whatever, but it seems like a lot of the things that Trump administration does is very intentional. So that's why I think this dump today, I'm not blaming anybody, but it seems a little manipulated, right? And if you think the market's dying, like literally we can get news later on tonight that United States and, and China have come to an agreement again, and then the market's going to pump again, and then everybody's going to be happy. And then fucking here we go again, What's up, Spider-Maz? How you doing? What's up, Shiloh? I've been good, man. Hope you're doing well. I see you out there in the trenches. All right. If you guys could, make sure to repost the stream, like and subscribe if you're watching over on YouTube. And if you're watching over on Kick, which I don't think anybody is yet, make sure to give me a follow. I am streaming on Kick now. So YouTube, X, and Kick. Appreciate you guys. Every repost, like, engagement, comment, whatever really does help. I appreciate you guys. All right. Now, speaking of top meme coins, Shitoshi Kusama, the anonymous developer of Shiba Inu, started posting again, which I thought was interesting. Literally, the motherfucker started replying to stuff, and he's been like literally gone forever. So I don't know what's going on with him. It's good to see him back, but Shitoshi is back. Now, I do think that Pepe is going to flip Shib. Pepe is currently the third largest meme coin by market cap size, a little bit behind Shiba Inu right now. I think it's like $2-3 billion away. The gap to close is really close. No one's going to flip Dogecoin in my opinion, but I think Pepe will flip Shib. But it looks like Shiba Inu, one of the OGs of 2023, is at least the developers back in the game, which I think is good because we've been. We thought he was leaving the project. I think in February or March, I think he said he was leaving the project or something. I don't fucking know. I don't know what's going on. I'm just reporting the news, but he's back, I guess, maybe. What's up, young boss Dre? How you doing? Spider-Man says Pepe will flip Doge as well. I don't know about that one, G. I don't know. I mean, hey, Spider-Man, thank you so much. He says he loves the content. Mukama says times like these create jeets. Yes, people are jeeting. People are selling. People are panic selling. They're fearful. I get it. I understand. It's scary, real scary hours. Okay, so this is the other big story. James Wynn, right, had a big Bitcoin long, and obviously the market dumped, and he got liquidated for 949 Bitcoin for $99 million. Now, I didn't know James Wynn actually follows me. Shout out to James Wynn if you're watching this. Appreciate you. Make sure to repost. I'm not gonna dunk on you like everybody else, right? Right. So first of all, kudos to this guy for having fucking $100 million to play with. Right. So he got liquidated. Absolutely riggedy wrecked. Everybody's dunking on him, those sorts of things. And he says this: the Perps Casino was fun. Zero regrets. Flipping 4 million to 100 million and back down to 13 million is one hell of a thrill. Hope many of you enjoyed it as much as I did. So this guy made the money and then lost the money, right? He was able to make it, right? Most wouldn't dare or dream to place these kinds of trades. Well, they can't. They don't have the money to do so, nor the balls to take on that kind of risk publicly. I took a shot at making $1 billion in USD. Maybe next time, Wingface, I'll be back. Now, my time is going to be spent in the trenches and help build the community around Moonpig. So there's another meme coin called Moonpig. Me and Justin Sun have an X space coming up to discuss Moonpig memes today too. So I guess he's like shilling this Moonpig meme. I'll give him a follow. Shout out to Moonpig. I have no association with it. Looks like a fun meme, All right, but we did get word that he actually opened another long for Bitcoin again. So this morning he opened another long. So he's back at it in the trenches again. Well, Arkham, of course, probably the best place to go for, crypto intelligence. Every time there's a hack or anytime you want to see things visualized, Arkham's a great place to get that sort of information. After saying he would step away from perpetuals permanently, James Wynn just longed $50 million worth of Bitcoin. He is currently break even. Welcome back, James. So James back in the trenches, right? Longing Bitcoin again. Well, he got liquidated again. Fuck. James! Shout out to him. I'm sure he has more dry powder, as we call it, ready to rock. I'm sure he does. You know what I mean? Everything's fine. But yeah, he got liquidated again. James Wynn got absolutely riggedy wrecked, Wow. Let's see if he posted about it again. Let's see if he posted about it again. No, he did not post about it just yet. So he got liquidated once again. Yeah, no more chill and chill spaces for a while, but I appreciate you, Shiloh, man. Those are the shit. We used to do something called meme coin chill and chill on X. Maybe we'll do something like that in the future, but I like live streaming. I like chatting with you guys, see my face and pulling up visuals and shit like that. But maybe we could do a meme coin chill and chill space again. You know, that'd be pretty cool. All right, but yeah. So James Wynn, the picture of Neo. Absolutely wrecked. So we have some more news for you guys. This is what the SEC, Hester Pierce, talks about, that meme coins are collectibles and not securities. Big deal, obviously, for the meme coin space. Check this out. Selma Fuss says he does more in crypto than the average investor in a whole year. I mean, he does more than the crypto space than an average investor does in 5 lifetimes. But yeah. Would you rather us watch on Twitter or YouTube? Hey, whatever you prefer. Whatever you prefer. YouTube is kind of like dead lately. Twitter's way more popping. But whatever you prefer. Shout out to James with the Wet on SUI community. Hey, if you're part of the community, get him out here and chill your ticker. All right, so let's see what Hester Pierce has to say about meme coins.
No, I think something like a meme coin, again, facts and circumstances always matter, but something like a meme coin is more like a collectible, right? And so does it even make sense to have the securities laws apply to something like that? I think most of us would probably say no. It's important for people who are buying those to understand they're not getting the protections of the securities laws. And so I think we will try to provide more of that kind of guidance. Again, fundamentally, this is about getting a clear set of rules. If Congress then decides we want to have the meme coin regulatory commission, I guess they could set that up. I don't know that we would think that's necessarily a great idea. But you can always fill a regulatory gap if you see it. I'm someone who looks at the world a little bit differently. And I say, look, if you're buying a meme coin and you're expecting to become a billionaire because you buy the meme coin, like, buyer beware. You can become a billionaire one day and the next day you're back to zero again.
Oh my God. So much common sense. If you're buying a meme coin, no crying in the casino. No crying in the casino. I think that makes sense. No crying in the casino. Shout out to Hester Pierce. This is obviously at the Bitcoin conference. We have another clip of maybe it's not JD Vance. We have a few people at the Bitcoin conference. Just wrapped up. It's cool because, we had Trump there in 2024, obviously campaigning. And then we had JD Vance, the vice president, this year, talking about crypto. We have a few sweet, I would say, one-liners, maybe a couple sentences from him that make us bullish on the crypto space. What's up, bud? How we doing, baby? Got the OGs back. And no, I am not on XRPL yet. No, I'm not. Crypto Andre says, no crime casino, just wine. She looks like Alice the Goon. I don't know who that is. But shout out to Hester Pierce, making sense of this crazy world, right? Now we have the crypto czar, David Sachs, slams anti-crypto Senator Elizabeth Warren. So check this out.
This is the financial system of the future, Jesse, and we have to encourage it. What the Biden administration was doing, and let's face it, it wasn't Biden. Elizabeth Warren controlled the auto pen during that administration. She, for some reason, has this pathological hatred of the crypto community. She wants to drive this community offshore. She doesn't want it happening in the United States. That's the wrong policy for the United States. We want all the innovation happening here. This is a financial system of the future. It's cheaper, it's more efficient. We want it happening here, Jesse, and I think people are thrilled that President Trump is making that possible.
Yes, we are thrilled. We do love it. We love a pro-crypto administration. Yes, Elizabeth Warren has been a thorn in the side of the crypto space for quite a while now, right? Obviously. And she still has a vendetta against crypto. Whatever. We don't care, right? We don't care. We're just happy Gary Gensler is out of there. But we did see some funny ass, check this out, CZ going off the top ropes, wilding out, making fun of Gary Gensler, because we did have a huge update in the Binance situation, which a lot of us, we thought that this happened. So if you guys didn't know, the SEC did drop its case against Binance, right? It's done. No more, right? And he says crypto is still here with Gary Gensler and a clown nose. Insane. Sebastian says, what, Roddy, you're live? What's up, Roddy? Yeah, I've been doing lives every couple of days during the week. And it's better this way, too, because they're shorter. get to the point, get to the news. You know, there's not news every day that matters, and there's news maybe a few times a week that matters. So I want to hit you guys with a full video of shit. You know what I mean? Full video of shit. You know what I mean? Thank you so much, Crypto Andre, Glenn. Got the whole squad in the house. What's up, babies? Like, subscribe, share the stream, repost on X if you're watching on X, please. Thank you so much. And if you're watching over on Kick, give me a follow. I don't think anybody's watching on Kick just yet. Not yet. Hopefully we get some people on Kick. I appreciate you guys. But yeah, so CZ talking that shit off the top ropes. You know what I mean? Thought that was hilarious. Check this out. So JD Vance with some bullish words for crypto says, we do not believe Bitcoin competes with the US dollar. Bitcoin will become a strategically important asset for the United States. Now remember, why was Bitcoin created? It's a cryptocurrency, a form of currency. But really in its current form, it's too clunky. And everyone really sees it as a store of value, digital gold. Really, the entire crypto market's just speculation. Price go up. That's it. No one's here for the tech just yet. But as crypto guys, we're delusional, and we think that eventually people will see us for what we think we are. A revolutionary technology that's going to change the world and make us all rich in the process. Really, if you think about it, right? There's a few real tech nerds out there, or people, and there's a lot of people who are orange pilled. Because if you think about Bitcoin, it makes sense, right? 21 million ever going to be mined. Last one's going to be mined, and 2140. You can't make more of it. Immutable. Unlike the dollar, that people, the government just prints when they want to fund whatever wars or whatever, right? There's deflation with Bitcoin instead of inflation. Remember, even with the United States dollar, there's still healthy inflation, 2% every year. All right, so we'd love to hear that from JD Vance. We got a message from the Pakistan government reportedly planning to establish a strategic Bitcoin reserve. Now, we're going to see a lot of other countries follow suit with the United States. El Salvador was the first. Got to give him credit. Shout out to El Salvador out there. President Bukele killing it. But this is what Pakistan had to say about a strategic Bitcoin reserve.
Today, I will announce that the Pakistani government is setting up their own government-led Bitcoin strategic reserve.
Yeah! Pakistan in the house, baby.
And we want to thank the United States of America again, because we are getting inspired from them.
Yeah, we know that.
And this wallet, the National Bitcoin Wallet, is not for speculation or hype. We will be holding these Bitcoins and we will never, ever sell them.
Never, ever, 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 never. I don't know about that, but that's nice to see the rest of the world following suit. Getting on the Bitcoin train. You know what I mean? Mukama says, bro, why can't these guys use any other coin? Well, Bitcoin is the coin. Like, I get it. We're all bullish on altcoins and meme coins here, but Bitcoin is the coin. Bitcoin's the coin, right? It's the coin. It is the one. All right. So I get it. There's other coins out there, but I think why Bitcoin's so bullish is, one, it's the cryptocurrency. In my opinion, it's the one that, it's the mover of markets, the only one that really matters. Like, everything else is real speculation, especially altcoins. Like, we may never get an altcoin season. I hate to be the guy, but we may never get a real altcoin season. Seems like a lot of volume. Even the XRP is kind of slowing down. I'm not saying anything's dead or anything. Calm down. Not saying anything's dead or anything like that. But I'm just saying that Bitcoin is the one. You can't mint more of it. There's no shady devs to do some freaking weird shit. It's just, it is what it is. All right. Legend says, can you talk about Kendu? Shout out to Kendu Inu. Can I shill a little coin? Yeah, absolutely you can shill, Sebastian. Come on. You've been a member for like 10 years, bro. Come on. Mukama says, imagine a country creating its own coin. Yeah, but we call those CBDCs and we don't like them. Central bank digital currency. It's the only one anyone knows when you say crypto, they say Bitcoin. Wait, what do you mean, Shiloh? So Pakistan, So we have a little tidbit from Senator Loomis, not Lumens. I keep saying Lumens. Loomis, my bad. I read Lumens, but I thought this was pretty interesting.
China forbade mining of Bitcoin. They did the United States a big favor because a lot of those mining operations came here. President Trump
Remember, back in 2021, China banned Bitcoin mining, but a lot of people came here, right?
Has declared his stand for making Bitcoin mining in America conjoined. And so that's a good area to start. But having a strategic reserve is the ultimate way of having geopolitical advantage. I've talked to generals in our military who understand that economic power is as important as military power in addressing aggressors around the world.
Economic power is everything. I always bring up this example. Back in World War II, United States had like the 17th largest army or something like that, but we were the biggest economic powerhouse and really changed the war.
And there are generals in our military right now who are big supporters of having a strategic Bitcoin reserve for that reason. Then we have states, which have always been the incubators of innovation. Senator Justice was the governor of West Virginia. Senator Blackburn's going to be the next governor of Tennessee. The states are where the innovation is occurring. So you have Arizona, Texas, and New Hampshire that passed strategic Bitcoin reserve bills this year. You have 30 states consider strategic Bitcoin reserves. We have United Arab Emirates purchasing Bitcoin through American exchange-traded funds. That's good for America because they're going to build their sovereign wealth in Bitcoin through an American ETF. We have the Czech Republic investigating through its central bank, adding Bitcoin to its diversified asset allocation. So it's happening all over the world. The United States often has led through the states. It's leading again through the states. But it's important that our government include among its strategic assets Bitcoin as digital gold. We have about 5% of the world's gold in the United States in reserve. We need to have at least 5% of the world's Bitcoin in reserve.
I agree. Talk that shit, Loomis. Now, this is pretty big. Check this out. The U.S. Labor Department rescinds 2022 guidance that warned fiduciaries against including crypto and 401k plans. Remember, like there was a huge anti-crypto campaign during the Biden administration, even though we did get one of the most bullish bull runs when he was president. Let's not forget that. It did start with Trump, but we got top with him. But now all those things are changing, going away, right? We're really embracing cryptocurrency. And put it in your 401k. Put fart coin in your 401k. Heck, put gas. Gas is a good Matt Fury coin I got into. Bucci as well. But gas is a sick runner right now, my guy. Appreciate you, Sebastian. Sebastian with the alpha. No, but obviously including Bitcoin, right? It's going to, when they say crypto, they mean Bitcoin. So what else have we got here? Oh, so GameStop bought 4,700 Bitcoin worth 512 million. Oh, GameStop bought. Oh my God. Oh, crazy. GameStop bought Bitcoin. No one gives a fuck. Okay. No one gives a fuck. All right. JD Vance says Bitcoin and crypto is a way of storing value in the modern digital age. We knew that. What else have we got? I like this because it kind of goes against the narrative that people have had for crypto and Bitcoin for pretty much for the entirety of its existence.
The value proposition of Bitcoin is that it can serve the same function, but in a digital age, a way that's secure, that's safer from fraud, that allows people to buy and sell and store value, but in a way that's consistent with the modern technological age that we live in. Now, having said that, I fully accept there are risks to all of these things. There are always risks to new technologies. Our approach in the Trump administration is to say, let people innovate. Let people figure this stuff out on their own. If the critics of Bitcoin are right, I happen to think that they're wrong. That will eventually win out in the marketplace. If the advocates of Bitcoin are right, and I happen to agree with them, if they make their case, that's eventually going to win out in the marketplace. What you shouldn't have is a dictatorial government that tells certain industries they're not allowed to do what they need to do. You've got to let people make these decisions on their own. And that's sort of been our approach. We want common sense regulatory regimes. We want to allow the cryptocurrency industry to participate in the mainstream of the economy. Then ultimately, the laws of
the biggest thing. Well, check this out. So, Bitcoin is secure, safer from fraud, and a store of digital value. Now, fraud, I don't know too much about because people get riggedy wrecked all the time with their crypto. I see a lot of people get duped from fake emails, from all kinds of different people, not real people, but Coinbase and I heard like even Coinbase scammers, like they have American scammers now that it's harder to tell whether or not Coinbase is not going to call you, and a lot of their call centers are in India anyway, so it's kind of hard to tell. But you have some real articulate Coinbase people that are pretending to be Coinbase, customer service, calling people and telling you to do certain things. A buddy of mine got an email that said that he needed to send all his Coinbase crypto to a wallet, saying that the exchange is going to shut down due to regulatory issues and stuff like that. That's simply not true. All right. So just keep that in mind. But It is a digital store of value. And he talked about, hey, it's new technology. Obviously, there's risks with new technology, but we want to figure it out because the only way you can get rid of a lot of those risks is to fucking sit here and figure it out. You know, it's crazy. It's crazy that the government sometimes is. We don't understand to get rid of it, but I think that before a lot of people saw it as kind of like a challenge to the U.S. dollar, which it isn't, in my opinion. It could be down the road, but as of right now, it's not seen as a store of value. Yes, come on, Bitcoin. And that's pretty much all the news we have today. You know, see what's going on in the chat. Shout out to the Lofi gang again. You know, Selma Fudd says Vivek Ramaswamy is running for governor of Ohio. That's JD Vance stopping grounds. Crypto about to be bullish. Yeah, Vivek is also pro Bitcoin, pro crypto, and stuff like that. And I think that he wants to, you know, just like Florida, they want to make sure, you know, crypto, their state is a crypto hub. You know, man, I need a cut, I need a face cut, I need a haircut, I need everything. Mukama says we need those guys to pump our altcoin bags. Yeah. Do you guys think we get an altcoin season? What do you guys think? Be honest. Do you think we get an altcoin season? Have you? I have. Yes, I have, Sebastian. I have improved it quite a bit. Yeah, quite a bit. I actually won gold at my last tournament in silver and silver, nogi, and gold and gi. And before that, I won double gold, but it was a tough one this time. I went against like a really good wrestler. And the final match ended up being 0-0, but he got points on aggression. You know, yeah, but you know, all in all, I honestly think it's market manipulation. Like literally, like, you know, a lot of this, you know, stuff seems like market manipulation. It's like there's bad news, market dumps, good news, it pumps. And it's like right now when the market's dumping, I think it's the perfect opportunity to buy. I'm not telling you to, but I think it's an opportunity to buy because at the end of the day, you know, like I said, later on tonight, we could, you know, get a good piece of news and it could pump the markets and whatnot. Like a good meme coin to trade that a lot of people have been winning on and I've been winning on and stuff is Pepe, for example. Like Pepe always moves with the market, you know, and if you're in the game trading like meme coins, like, yeah, you could do like the small cap ones. That's fine. But like Pepe, like literally moves with the market, all these pumps and dumps and everything, like it moves with the markets, you know? So even though we're down what on the week, probably still up a little bit. No, yeah, down 16% on the week. Like if you bought a bag of Pepe and we got a piece of good news, like Pepe's going to pump and do some insane numbers. Obviously you could do the same thing with Bitcoin. Just pay attention to the news cycle and buy low, sell high, or whatever, long, short, whatever. But obviously with meme coins, there's higher returns because they do some insane numbers, you know. But yeah, like I said before, Pepe is, you know, literally $2 billion off from flipping Shib, and the gap is closing. Mukama says we might be cooked on alts. Bitcoin will be dominating markets for a while. I think so. Maybe Bitcoin dominance doesn't need to go down. Maybe it does. I don't know, but we'll see. I think we're going to have an altcoin cycle still. A lot of people don't think so. But all right, guys, with that, I'm out of here. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for watching today. Hopefully I filled you guys in on some news, right? We'll be doing these streams like 2 to 3 days a week around 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you caught the one 2-3 days ago or Tuesday, you know, I like to do a continuation of like the news that I covered on that day on the next stream. So appreciate you guys. Enjoy the rest of your day. And of course, I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.